In life and in business, we rarely have 100% of the facts to know something for sure. We pretty often make those so-called educated guesses. We try to understand the situation, to assume based on what we can see, on the evidence around. If you can see a colleague who seems tired, you assume he must have been working hard. Sometimes when you can see a market trend, you may say it might be a good opportunity. Welcome to English Bullet, the channel where we fire up your day with practical English and powerful motivation for your business and life. Having used English in business for over 20 years, I'm here to share what I've learned. Let's get started. Today we're going to master the modal verbs of speculation. These are the tools to help you express the uncertainty of some situations. Whether you're talking to your boss about the market trends or a meeting yesterday or a possible customer's demands, or you are talking to your friend about the party last night or a trip that you plan together, you use those sentences that you are not 100% sure of the facts, but you believe those are true. So stay with me. Take these tools, use it in everyday English, and you're going to be able to express certainty with a perfect percentage of how you know it, how you believe it. Whether you know it for almost for sure, or you're not so certain, you're 50-50 sure. So stay with me. Okay, the first bullet, we start with must. The modal verb of speculation, must. Forget about the obligation. It's not the case here. We don't use must for obligation here in this case. We use it when we think, based on the evidence, that something is almost 100% sure. It's not 100% sure. It's about 90 to 95%. For instance, you can see a man wearing an expensive suit and driving a luxury car. And you may say, he must be successful. You can see all the evidence of the situation. You're not 100% sure because you haven't checked his bank account. But based on everything you can see right now, you can say, he must be successful. I'm almost sure about it. Or you can see a colleague who've been traveling for 20 hours. He just came back from a long trip, and you say, you must be exhausted. You can see him tired. You know he have just been traveling for a while. So you assume you must be exhausted. You're not sure 100%, but you are almost sure, 95%, you must be exhausted. Okay, the second bullet, the zone of possibility, the 50-50 zone. When we are not sure of something, we are not even close to sure, but we are 50-50. We think it's possible, but we have no arguments to support it for sure, so we make 50-50. Then we use, these are three perfect words, modal verbs of speculation, which is might, may, or could. So you can use it in sentences like, the office is dark, they might have gone home, or could be in a meeting. We don't know it, we just can see that the lights are off, nobody is there probably, so they either could be in a meeting or could be already at home, which means that they have already left. We don't know it, we just make a guess, 50-50. Or we may say this new project may be a great opportunity for growth next year. We don't know it yet, we think it's possible. In modal language, especially in conversations, might and could are commonly used to make the sentence sounding less aggressive, more polite. Instead of saying, you are wrong, you may say, I think you might be mistaken, or I think you could have made a mistake. You, by this kind of attitude, without this aggressiveness, without this bad attitude, accusing someone of something, you just open the field for discussion. You express, of course, that there might be a mistake, that it's possible, but you don't accuse anyone of anything. And it's much easier to solve a problem with this kind of introduction than by saying, you are wrong. Then the probability of solving the problem drops down dramatically. So use those might or could in conversations. Then we have the third bullet, the impossible conclusion. When you are almost sure that something is not true, you use can't. It's the opposite of must. So when you can see something that you believe is not true, you use can't. For instance, you can see a car and you know that Mark doesn't have a driver's license. So you may say, it can't be Mark's car. He doesn't have a driver's license. Or you read some data and you find it impossible. You say, that can't be true. We have to recheck the data. But be careful here. The common mistake is using mustn't here. Like the opposite of mustn't. No, mustn't is for rules. It means that you can't do something. But for the speculation, when you want to express that something is impossible, that can't be true, you say can't, that can't be true. Remember, that can't be true. So the quick summary of all three bullets, we talked about it today. So first, we talk about almost a certain situation, 90-95% as we said. We say must, that it's almost true. Then the second bullet was about probability. We don't know if something is true, and we think it's possible. So we may say might, may, or could. And the third bullet, which is the opposite of must, which means that believe that something is not true. We are almost 100%, 90-95% certain that something is not true based on the evidence we can see. We use can't. Famous scientist Albert Einstein once said, I have no special talent, I'm just passionately curious. Speculation is the language of curiosity. It's about looking at the world, asking questions, trying to understand what lies beneath the surface. Don't be afraid of being unsure in English. Using might or could, these are not the signs of weakness. These are the signs of open and curious mind.